Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We are going to begin tonight with unusually blunt words from President-elect Joe Biden, who said our darkest days in the battle against COVID are ahead of us, not behind us. His warning comes as America is expected to top 3 million total deaths by the end of 2020. Now, that is a 15% increase since last year, and it's because of the pandemic. According to the CDC, that makes 2020 the deadliest year in U.S. history. Today, top health officials in this country said we should assume the new, more infectious COVID strain that's ravaging the United Kingdom is already here in the U.S. This was the scene in the UK today as delivery trucks jammed the roads amid border closures in response to the outbreak there. And we're learning tonight that now Moderna and Pfizer's partner BioNTech are testing to see if their vaccines are effective against this new strain. Now, in the past few days, U.S. airports have been crowded with more travelers than we've seen since March, raising new fears that the virus will spread further during the holidays. And as we come on the air tonight, more than 322,000 lives have been lost to COVID. There's also a lot of new reporting tonight for you and your family, and our team is following it all. CBS's Mola Lenghi is going to lead us off from Newark Airport in New Jersey. Good evening, Mola.
Well, good evening, Nora. More than 80 million Americans are expected to travel between tomorrow and January 3rd. As you can see, they've already gotten started. That is despite the CDC's recommendations. Add to that new strain that's believed to be significantly more contagious, and hospitals across the country are bracing for impact.
Tonight, growing concern that the variant strain of COVID, locking down much of the United Kingdom, has now reached the U.S.
When you have this amount of spread within a place like the UK, that you really need to assume that it's here already.
The lockdown stranding travelers, leaving rows of trucks stretching as far as the eye can see, and then farther. France now saying it will resume essential travel and transit for European Union citizens to ease the gridlock. While the new strain is believed to be up to 70% more infectious, it's unclear if it might require the vaccine to be modified.
It is possible. I think we should be ready for that a bit down the road that might happen. But I'm not worried that the current vaccines we have will somehow become ineffective against this variant.
Pfizer and Moderna are testing their vaccines against the new strain. What is worrisome?
Code blue, ICU North, bed 18.
How bleak things have gotten inside U.S. hospitals, especially in California. This is a COVID unit just north of Los Angeles.
It's getting worse and it's exhausting.
Dr. Brad Spellberg is Chief Medical Officer at LA County USC Medical Center.
What is the worst case scenario here?
Our fear is we end up looking like New York did, in April, or Italy went through. That when you are just systematically completely overwhelmed and there is nothing you can do.
19 is positive.
There are no ICU beds left at this Orange County hospital.
It's been exponentially increasing since Thanksgiving,
sparking new concerns about a Christmas surge nationwide. Those warnings so far largely ignored as airports remain packed. A coroner in Louisiana now confirming that the passenger on this United Airlines flight, seen on this TMZ video, died from COVID. One of the passengers giving him CPR reportedly now testing positive. In September, the U.S. never averaged more than 50,000 daily cases. California just reported over 60,000 in a single day. The state also setting records for hospitalizations and deaths. Relief can't come soon enough for those newly infected, those hospitalized.
So 1, 2.
Or those on the front lines.
How do you go on?
It's our job. We continue to come every day walking towards the danger. We're willing to do the hard work. We're willing to go into the rooms and care for these critically ill patients. Please just help us stop the spread.
Well, Dr. Spellberg says it's important to point out that it's common for viruses to mutate and to spread more during the cold winter months. That was expected. Still, it could create an unsustainable situation in hospitals over the next several weeks, which is why New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tonight is calling on all New York hospitals to begin testing for that new strain, Nora.
All right, Mola Lenghi, thank you.